Right-click is kind of a magic button in Vivaland. Very important to be able to snap your walls together. We have received some bad reviews about it. This is something I love about Vivaland. Hello, my name is Fanni. I am co-founder and creative producer of Vivaland. Not so long ago, we had our dream house demo released, which is the build mode of Vivaland. And today, together, we are going to build a retro-inspired house with the focus of using the curve wall tools. And during this process, I will give you my best building tips. And I will also talk about some insider info on our development process and what you can expect for the future of Vivaland. Let's jump into the build mode. Here I'm using the room tool to create a full room. You can expand the rooms sideways or upwards as well, using the arrows just by clicking on it. There's also a context menu coming up when you are clicking on a wall, and you can turn the wall into a foundation. I am using the single wall tool. To add another wall, you can only move walls for the outside with the middle arrow if you have them on perpendicular. If they are not perpendicular, you can just turn on the grid again and snap one of the end of the walls to the grid. So to use the curve tool, you have to click and then hold your mouse button and then click when you reach the other end of the wall. I'm still working on the foundation, but I do love to keep using the walls before I turn them into a foundation. It allows a bit more flexibility because you can have inside walls as well. Just in a minute, when I'm going to turn it into a foundation, the inside walls will disappear. And good news, we are going to turn this foundation tool soon into a standalone tool, as many of you have requested. The stairs are also resizable, both sideways and to the front and the back as well. And as I have the foundation now, I am going to start to work out the first floor pan. The first floor's floor pan. Floor pan. So I imagine a small kitchen on the first floor, as well as a bathroom for the guests and a living room to the back side of the house. I'm adding stairs leading to the next floor. We have a porch thing going on the left side of the house, so I will want to add a terrace to the top. Very important, to be able to snap your walls together, you have to have the snapping or the grid enabled. The grid for me at the beginning stages of the building are extremely helpful, and when I'm arranging furniture or small decorations later on, I usually turn it off. I'm adding some doors as well as some windows to the house. And as you can see, we have an amazing color wheel feature. I will keep using it around the whole house. For placing the windows and the doors, I usually recommend turning off the grid and using the snapping. As you can see, they can sideways snap to each other, so you can have the same height on your walls. Now I'm working on the second floor, and you can see I have visual guides that help me even when I don't have the support of the grid. So we also have a fence tool, and we have received some bad reviews about it, but we are working on it to make it better. So in the current version, you have to select the fence tool first, draw a basic fence, and then you can apply the different colors. We are working on it to add a feature where you can directly select the fence you like and draw with it. But I think we will still keep the recoloring feature because it's great. You can just turn your fence into the style you want and you don't have to redo it from the beginning. Now I'm selecting some colors for the flooring as well as for the walls. I think for bathroom we can go with something bold. It's pretty small, and for the bigger areas I like to choose something more neutral. Of course, we need curves everywhere. We have a color tintable wallpaper, so you can just select any color you like using a color wheel, and then you can directly apply it to your house. Now I'm working on the roofing. To resize the roof, you have to right-click it, and then you get the arrows, which will help you to get the size and the shape and the height of the roof that you desire. Right-click is kind of a magic button in Vivaland. You have to use it with objects as well to get the context menu of the objects, which lets you duplicate it, delete it, even search the objects to find its category. So I'm starting the furnishing of the first floor. I would like to keep some of this red theme going on around the house. This would be a signature color. And then, of course, keeping the retro vibes and inspirations. With the kitchen, I really like to use the snapping. It's usually very useful. Sometimes snapping is not perfect in the game, as you can see, and we are working on it. But to avoid it, you can just turn off the snapping and place the item anywhere you wish to have the perfect placement of it. So here again, I'm using the color change feature. Make sure to save your colors because you can use it on different decorative items throughout the house. When you're placing chairs, again have the snapping on because they snap to the table. So for adding decorations, turn off your grid and snapping because it will enable you completely free placement of the objects. I'm also frequently using the resizing of the small decorative objects. You just have to right click and with the top arrow you are able to resize it and fit it into your cabinets. It's only possible for decorations because if we would resize a couch, like Viva couldn't sit on it. And then we also have these shelves that are snapping on top of each other, so you can really build interesting designs with that. Turn off the grid and have the snapping and they will perfectly placed on top of each other, or you can do other exciting forms if you turn off the snapping and place them asymmetrically. This is something I love about Vivaland. Is really I can place small decorations everywhere where I see a surface. It can be even inside a furniture. And I feel these decorations, like small clutter objects, make your builds very homey. So I would love to add more of this. What kind of decorations would you like to see in Vivaland? Another feature that we are already working on it because it was very highly requested is the copy tool or eyedropper tool to the top bar. We have it already in the game. If you click on an object, you can duplicate it, having its size as well as color copied. But many of you have not found it and thought that it would be more convenient in the top bar, so we are bringing the tool there as well. Also, if you have any ideas like what features you would love to see in Vivaland, please comment because we are constantly reading them and making decisions on how and what will be the future of our build node. So on the top floor, I have a bedroom, next to it a bathroom with a huge bathtub and a small working area. You all know how the path tool works, but many of you have not found how to make it wider. So you just have to click on one of the dots, the beginning or the end, and you will have some arrows to resize the width of your path. I hope you all enjoyed building with me and learned a few building tips as well as some things about Vivaland. Please do go to our Steam page and wishlist Vivaland, our main game, or try out Vivaland the Dream House. We really appreciate all Steam reviews and wishlists because this really helps the project grow.